The greatest collegiate football player ever is Peter Warwick.
Peter Warwick, yes!
Oh boy, another make it make sense. First of all, the answer to that question is absolutely not. It's not that Peter Warwick wasn't great. He was great, but he isn't even in the conversation for being the best collegiate football player of all time. Come on, man. First off, is Peter Warwick even the greatest player, a college player to ever even come out of Florida State? The answer to that would be no. The two greatest college players to come out of Florida State is number one, Deion, and number two is Charlie Ward. And after that, the list goes on and on about guys that are better than Peter Warwick, man. And again, this is not a bash Peter Warwick type of post, but the bottom line is for these guys to even bring his name up as being the best college football player of all time, to me, is absolutely ridiculous. This is how you know that Peter Warwick isn't even in the running for best college football player of all time. In 2019, go look at Jamar Chase's numbers. Go look at what he did on that football team and what his numbers were, and then compare that to Peter Warwick. Not to mention, Jamar Chase had a guy named Justin Jefferson playing next to him. You're telling me you would rather have Peter Warwick than either one of those guys, but specifically Jamar Chase? You're going to tell me that? Come on, man. Come on, man. And that's just one guy who, again, is never going to come up in the conversation of greatest college football player of all time. You would take him over Peter Warwick. I mean, and that just is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to greatest college football players of all time. I mean, there's a guy out there that a lot of people, young people especially, don't even know about. Tony Dorsett. Go look at Tony Dorsett and what he did his career at Pitt as a running back. Just look at that. And you're going to tell me you would take Peter Warwick over that? No, you wouldn't. Hell, a lot of people give Barry Sanders a lot of flack because literally Barry Sanders did it in 1 year. Okay, fine. That 1 year, you're going to take Peter Warwick over what Barry Sanders did? No, you're not. No, you're not. And look, I respect all of those guys, or I guess Chad Johnson. I respect him and his opinion on who he believes is the best college football player of all time. But this is another example of just because you excelled at the highest level of football doesn't mean that your opinion is correct. Because on this one, he is not correct. Not even close.